April 7th, 1994. Memphis skies stretched wide and clear, sunlight reflecting off the runways of the international airport. It seemed like any other afternoon. But aboard Federal Express Flight 705, the ordinary was about to shatter. A McDonnell Douglas DC-10 freighter, a machine built for cargo, was moments away from turning into a theater of chaos, courage, and sheer human will. At 3:30 p.m., as the plane ascended to cruising altitude, Auburn Callaway, a flight engineer armed with hammers, a knife, and a spear gun, revealed his plan. His intentions were lethal, meticulous, and terrifying. Callaway was determined to hijack the plane and crash it in a calculated act that would secure life insurance money for his children. But his intended victims were no ordinary passengers. They were 4 FedEx employees, trained yet unprepared for the ferocity of what would unfold. From the moment the first hammer struck, the cabin transformed into a battlefield. Flight engineer Andrew Peterson was blindsided, Captain David Sanders struck with incredible force, First Officer James Tucker paralyzed by sudden trauma, all fighting to stay conscious while the plane soared at speeds far beyond what a DC-10 should endure. The aircraft itself became part of the struggle, rocking, diving, and rolling, every motion amplifying the terror. Tucker, drawing on his Navy fighter pilot experience, turned the plane into a weapon of defense. Rolls, sharp dives, and rapid maneuvers were not just survival, they were tactics designed to unbalance Callaway and give the crew a chance. Through every jolt and sway, every strike and counterstrike, the line between life and death blurred, measured in seconds and inches. Blood pooled, limbs ached, and the deafening roar of the engines mixed with the screams and commands of men fighting for survival. Yet amidst the violence, moments of human courage glimmered. Peterson, despite excruciating injuries, seized the spear gun before it could fire. Sanders, bleeding and disoriented, found strength to strike back. Tucker, even as part of his body was paralyzed, guided the plane with razor precision, his mind mapping every degree of roll, every vertical drop, calculating survival as if in a live combat simulator. The struggle spilled through the plane. The galley became a zone of chaos. Overturned carts, scattered instruments, and the relentless flurry of weapons clashing against human endurance. And outside, air traffic control, unaware of the full extent of the horror, coordinated emergency responders, readying ambulances, SWAT teams, and medics, every second counting against the clock. Callaway's plan was carefully constructed. He had rehearsed, calculated, and armed himself to turn this aircraft into a missile. But what he had not accounted for was the resilience of human spirit. Coincidence, training, instinct, and raw determination converged. Through a series of high-stakes maneuvers, the crew managed to subdue him. Sanders guided the heavily loaded, damaged plane on autopilot and ultimately executed a landing so precise it defied all expectation. The aftermath revealed not just the plot, but the man behind it. Callaway's life had been one of ambition and frustration, a decorated Navy pilot, a father struggling to provide, a man convinced his fate was slipping away. Desperation had driven him to a meticulously sinister plan, yet it was stopped not by luck, but by the courage, quick thinking, and unbreakable will of his crew. Peterson, Tucker, and Sanders emerged as heroes, their lives forever marked by the scars of battle in the sky. Injuries would end careers, but their bravery earned them the Airline Pilots Association Gold Medal for Heroism, the highest civilian honor in aviation. Callaway, meanwhile, would spend life in federal prison, his intentions of mass destruction replaced by the cold walls of justice.